galaxy will burn with their coming. Fitting that we should face oblivion together.
Hey guys, I'm Alanah and welcome to Button Bash. We've just been playing StarCraft II Legacy of the Void, and next to me right now is Tim, who's the lead producer of Legacy of the Void. So can you tell me about some of the updates that are coming with this update?
We're getting ready to start our beta, which is showing off one of the exciting new game modes that we've got called Archon mode, where you get to team up with another player and share one base and one army so you can work together. So that's one of the big new changes that we're showing in the beta, but we've also got new units, new maps, and then later we've got a whole new game mode that's cooperative play against AI.
So I usually play as Protoss, and I know that there's a new unit for Protoss. Can you tell us some more about that?
Absolutely. The new unit for Protoss that we're showing since BlizzCon is called the Adept, and the Adept is able to project a copy of themselves that can move without being attacked for a period of time. When the timer expires, the unit itself transports to that position. So it's great for infiltration, and it's also great for getting out of tight spots.
I think that sounds really, really cool, and it's going to be fun to manipulate people using that. But what are some of the others that we can expect to see?
Well, a fan favorite that we're bringing back is the Lurker, which was a Brood War Zerg unit. That unit is very similar to the way it was in Brood War, but now it has siege range, so you can use it from greater distance. Ravager, that's got sort of a ballistic attack, that's also a new Zerg unit. We've actually taken one unit out since BlizzCon, the Herc, but then we've got Cyclone for the Terrans, so every race has new units added.
So I guess this is a double question. First, what was your reason for taking out the Herc? And second, how do you balance all of these new units to make sure that the gameplay is still balanced?
The reason for taking the Herc out was some player feedback that we got, and even observing matches where players were using the Herc just wasn't performing the way that we had originally intended it. So that's actually telling in terms of the question of how we balance. We pay a lot of attention to show matches, to games that we see being played, as well as just feedback that we get through our forums. But it all starts with an idea of how we think it's going to work, and then we test it and iterate.
So what do you think players are most excited about with Legacy of the Void?
I think probably the conclusion to this storyline that's been going on originally since StarCraft I, really all the way through StarCraft II. This is going to tie up the stories of all of our favorite characters.
This is a very epic conclusion, obviously. So how do you go into, I guess, planning the story to make sure people aren't disappointed by something that is so epic, and it's quite a grand scale, really? This is the death of some races, potentially.
I can't speak for the writers, but I'll say that they put a tremendous amount of effort into thinking about how each character's story arc is going to play out. And then, as we do with balance, they iterate through the course as we get feedback from internal playtests and really try to make sure that we find resolution for every character.
And I guess my final question is, what can we expect from the coming years of StarCraft II and Legacy of the Void in general?
We're super excited about features like automated tournaments that'll let players continue to have matches against each other for a long time to come, but we're also planning to continue to support the game with more balance updates and more exciting additions even after Legacy of the Void is done.
Well, that's always really good to hear. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.